Fuck it up. That's not our theme song. Hi, Zachary.
Hi, Kelsey.
Welcome to Confidently Insecure, the podcast where we're absolutely sure we
don't
know
know
everything.
everything.
I am your host, Kelsey Darragh.
And I'm your other host, Zach Noe Towers.
Oh my God, Zach. How was your first week being the new co-host?
I mean,
were the confidants nice to you?
Yes.
Okay,
the
good.
confidants, you were so right. The confidants are a lot of like exclamation points, a lot
Yeah.
of emojis,
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of like,
Mhm.
I'm so happy.
Yes.
And I was like, fuck yeah.
Maybe they're just being honest. Maybe they're so happy.
I love that. No, I'm that way. You can actually tell if I'm unhappy if I stop using exclamation points and emojis.
Oh, good to fucking know. How many years into our
You'll
friendship?
feel it. You have, but the thing, you and I have never had like a conflict.
We have incredible communication, and
We
that's
do.
on being open.
Dude,
BFF
it's not
ship.
that hard.
No, being honest, deciding just not to lie anymore was the best thing I
Oh.
ever did.
Wait, when was that? Was that when
Probably,
you got sober?
yes.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Dude, not lying takes so much pressure off of you.
Yes.
You don't have to remember things. You don't have to like build stories.
Nope.
You don't have to like be like, oh, I'm like here with this person and
You don't
here
have to
with this person.
act.
Nope.
Because that's the thing is like if I don't like someone, I'm just pretty clear about it.
Yeah, be like, I don't have the bandwidth for a new friend right now, but
Oof.
thank you.
Oof. Can you imagine if someone said that to you though?
There'd be no survivors. It would be a murder suicide. I would
truly fuck off.
I would lose it. No, but I would have respect for that person.
I don't fucking like it.
I don't fucking like
but
it.
I respect it.
You know,
Zachary, what a fun topic we're talking about this week.
how not to fall in love.
How not to fall in love.
Did I say it too soon?
No.
Okay. I love this topic too.
Why?
Well, actually, okay.
Because at first here,
Yeah,
someone might go, what? Why would you not want to fall in love? We're going to talk about it.
The thing I kept seeing when I was like doing my light research is that like nothing good happens from falling.
Ooh, we want to stand in love, baby.
I mean, or like crawl maybe cautiously. I do think that people, and this is like backed with science, like you start acting crazy when you are in the first stage of love, which is like passionate love. And yeah, so it's just like you were literally not thinking clearly when you are in that like, oh, I'm falling head over heels. Guess what, bitch? Your ass up now.
Literally.
So like,
also, if you're watching this on youtube.com/Kelsey Darragh, Leo, my cat, has joined us, and Zach is like furiously petting him that what hair is left on his body from when I shaved them is like gathering up and is coming directly into my face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just no, you're not. It's fine.
But
okay, so to that point of you being very practical and logical about the title of not falling in love, to that I say, on my end of the stick this week, spectrum, I don't think I can say that anymore. No, I am like actively trying to not fall in love.
Oh,
not because I don't want to be a dumb bitch, which I let myself fall in love, and be a dumb bitch.
And it's dumb bitches are fun,
and it's intoxicating. It's like heroin being a dumb bitch falling in love.
Yeah,
when you just go bye off the fucking mountain and you leap to your fucking death. It is such an awareness and a choice.
It's exhilarating, I'm sure.
And I am actively trying not to fall in love right now. I am going,
wait, what can we even say about this? Like, can we talk freely, just not name this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've heard the person's identity as Sir. I think we discussed.
Even though it turns out he likes to be kind of the subby
one. We switch. Reverse.
Yes, you do. But I've been joking about this person and Kelsey that like that's your boyfriend. Like I've been like since 2 weeks in I'm
into knowing
that's
them.
your boyfriend.
Yeah,
it's your boyfriend.
And I was like no bitch.
Girlfriend.
And I just got out of a 5-year relationship, which
did.
like I've been in love, I think, in different stages or in different versions. Like there was high school love, which was, I think, real love. It was just immature. Then there was adult love that I don't think was actually love, and I think was fear.
Okay, like fear of not being with someone.
And then Jared, I believe, was my first time being in real
mutual love,
healthy love. And so now that I've seen what can happen after 5 years.
You're like, oh,
Oh,
oh, oh,
don't want to do
oh.
this again. And it's not that I don't want to ever be in love again. I do.
Right.
But my fucking God, if I haven't had 700 therapy appointments about standing in love and
I mean,
what falling in love fucking means.
so I have a question for you.
Give it.
Of the 5 years you were with your previous partner,
Gerard.
how much of it was like beautiful, blissful, great, period?
80% of the time.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's good. But that 20% was
Was
enough to
life
cause,
changing.
yeah.
Like life altering
And so,
devastation.
knowing what you know now, would you do it again?
That's where I'm at,
Oh my
Zachary. That's why this fucking episode exists on how
Ooh.
not to fall in love. Okay, so before we like dive into what it means to fall in love,
Bye.
bye. Have you ever been in love?
No, I don't think I have. Not
Which is
mutual.
interesting.
Not mutual. This is the thing, and I don't want to blame homosexuality, but the biggest but with two T's. Like it's different because like at least growing up when I did, like high school in the early 2000s, like it wasn't like a welcoming space
No.
to be a gay boy in love with another gay boy.
No.
Like we were all flying under the radar. There were a couple out kids, but it's just like it wasn't convenient. So like the first early hits of love I got were meeting guys my age in like beginning of college, and the things I felt were very love adjacent, but quickly
Correct.
like quickly crushed or self-corrected or
Sabotage.
sobered, you know what I mean? Like I was like, oh no, this isn't. Oh no, this is this. Oh no, this isn't either. Or oh no, he doesn't think it is. So it was just like, yeah, I don't know. And then since then I've just become a hardened little slut.
Yeah, he's hard, all right.
I'm hard.
That's why
why
there's
the
a pillow and a cat on top of your lap.
You do not know what it was like having surprise boners. Where you go, why? We're in math. I'm trying to solve this problem. Why are you harder than you've ever been?
Now you have 2 problems to solve. And it was always the flip up into the belt loop.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. What do you think it means to be in love?
Okay, so
because you also said you loved your last person.
I had love for him.
What does that mean?
Well, it's just like okay. So maybe I was in like a healthy version of love where I was like making a decision to show up for this person. I do think love is kind of revealed over time where it's like, oh, they showed up for this thing that they didn't have to. And that tells me that they are invested in me.
Got it.
And like you can't get those things in the first month of it's just not likely.
No.
And if it is, it's scary because they're like, oh, why? Like,
right.
Too much too fast.
And that's what I kind of wanted to like break down today, right? Because when I think about the way I fell in love with Jared, I actively jumped off a cliff and bombed right into that dick.
But you were resisting.
A little bit.
Like, don't fall in love with me as you were falling in love.
Yes. And then when once he told me, I went full, this is my fucking soulmate. We talked about this soul coming. It was like everything shifted. And that was in like 3 months of knowing each other.
Okay.
And I do think love is built in amount of time.
Yeah.
And in kind of what you were saying, like the bad times or the times you don't have to be there or the hard times.
The times that aren't glamorous.
Because everyone knows that heroin feeling of being with someone likes you back, the feeling you get when they text you, the hit, you feel the surprise you get like with how much time you're thinking about them.
Yes.
That shit is so crack. I've never done crack.
But I imagine.
But I've been on
New
crack.
love
You know
is
what
like
I mean?
crack like.
Yeah.
It is all consuming.
So we have some science. Again, maybe this section is called Don't Google It.
Okay, don't Google it.
Don't. We had so many people making fun of us talking about Babylon in the comments, by the way. They were like dying. No one explained. Everyone just laughed at us.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the chemical of falling in love? According to a team of scientists led by Dr. Helen Fisher at Rutgers, okay?
It's Nora Ephron.
I just found out who that was on Guilty Pleasures. Yeah. Romantic love can be broken down into 3 categories: lust, attraction, and attachment.
Oof.
Each category is characterized by its own set of hormones stemming from the brain.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So lust, when you want to sit on their areas,
Sit on their areas.
is testosterone and estrogen. And the hypothalamus of the brain plays a big role in this, stimulating the production of the sex hormone, testosterone and estrogen, from the testes and ovaries, or sometimes the testes and the testes, or sometimes the ovaries and the testes, and sometimes a mixture of all of them. While these
It's
chemicals
a
are often
party.
stereotyped as being male and female, respectively, both play a role in men and women. And as it turns out, with estrogen, as it turns out, testosterone increases libido in just about everyone.
Yeah.
The effects are less pronounced with estrogen, but some women report, or people with ovaries, report being more sexually motivated around the time they ovulate when estrogen levels are highest. So
Huh.
that's lust.
Okay.
Is really like when you just want to like
Horny reproductive energy.
oh, which is kind of nice to be able to categorize it into a scientific way.
Yeah. As soon as, and again, I was doing light research. I was like, oh yeah, this is all in my brain.
Yes.
Like this is like a mindset thing where I'm like,
Yes.
oh, this is what's happening. I'm anticipating this hit of
Can you
dopamine
separate
or
yourself?
yeah, it's like, and it's no is honestly the answer most of the time.
Because you can separate yourself from your thoughts. It's very hard to
When
separate
the
yourself from
chemical,
the somatic
yeah,
experience. Look at us. Okay, so next is attraction, which is dopamine, norepinephrine,
Nora Ephron,
and serotonin. Serotonin, I love her.
serotonin, Nora
Ron
Ephron,
and dopamine.
dopa. Sounds like a rapper, kind of.
Yeah, okay. Dopamine, produced by the hypothalamus, is a particularly well publicized player in the brain's rewards
Yes.
pathway. It is released when we do things that feel good to us. In this case, these things include spending time with loved ones and having sex. High levels of dopamine and related hormone, norepinephrine, are even leading to decreased. Are released during attraction. These chemicals make us giddy, energetic, and euphoric, even leading to decreased appetite and insomnia, which means you can actually be so in love that you can't eat and can't sleep. In fact, norepinephrine, also known as noradrenaline, may sound familiar because it plays a large role in the fight or flight response, which kicks into high gear when we're stressed and keeps us alert. Brain scans of people in love have actually shown that the primary reward centers of the brain, including the ventral tegment.
VTA.
Yep. How did you know that?
I did research.
Oh my God. The ventral tegmental area and the caudate nucleus fire like crazy when people are shown a photo of someone they are intensely attracted to compared to when they are shown someone they feel neutral towards, like an old high school friend or acquaintance.
Damn.
Finally, attraction seems to lead to a reduction in serotonin, a hormone that's known to be involved in appetite and mood. Interestingly, people who suffer from OCD also have low levels of serotonin, leading scientists to speculate that this is what underlies the overpowering infatuation that characterizes the beginning stages of love. It's literally OCD to a person.
Wait, I just like, so does that mean OCD is like you are getting a little reward for doing something?
Don't Google it.
Don't Google
We
that.
did a whole episode. We've done 2 or 3
Don't.
episodes on OCD.
Don't even listen to that episode.
We'll do. We could use the listens. But the fact that it leads to a reduction in serotonin, a hormone that's known to be involved in like the rewards program, makes a lot of sense.
The rewards program.
You have a little key tag.
Okay, and then
finally,
attachment,
which is, I feel like,
lust and attachment sound bad.
Lust and attraction.
No, but lust, I'm skipping it.
Oh,
Attraction
okay.
kind of makes sense to me. But
okay.
Lust and like attachment.
This is where I feel, no offense, you have the problem.
Oh, I fall off. I fall off. I fall off.
Arguably,
so
I think I am too attached.
You jump to it.
Or I used to be. I'm trying to break habits.
Intentions.
So attachment is the predominant factor in long-term relationships. While lust and attraction are pretty much exclusive to romantic entanglements, attachment mediates friendships, parent-infant bonding, social oh my God, what is that word? Social cordiality? Social
cordiality?
What is that word?
Oh, yeah, like cordiality.
Cordial.
I've never
Okay.
seen it like that.
Don't Google it. And
Cordial.
many other intimacies as well. The two primary hormones here appear to be oxytocin and vasopressin.
Vasopressin sounds like an actual drug.
It sounds like something I use to like put in between my butt crack when it's too
I was gonna say a
chafed.
yeast infection.
Yeah, and we all know here that I'm a yeasty girl. Let's make stickers that say yeasty girl.
And yeasty boy.
And yeasty
Just for
boy.
fun.
And for dogs, because they get really yeasty.
I heard you can get a yeast infection in your throat.
That's thrush.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. I've had it all the time because I eat too much sugar. It's sugar, I swear. Okay, so what say you about this? Do you think you can actually stop yourself from feeling the feelings of love? How do we cut ourselves off? And I talked to my therapist about this. I was
Oh.
like, I feel like for the first time in my life, also Leo looks so cute right now, the way he's laying on you.
Oh, I know. He just had his snout up towards me, and I was he's half pig, right? I was like doing his neck, and he's just like,
he loved it. He loves
Yeah.
you. I was telling my therapist for the first time in my life, I am actively aware that this is happening and making a choice to put up walls from letting this overflow. And I don't like it because I'm an authentic bitch
Oh, so you feel like you're lying
for the first time ever in like a situationship. I feel like I'm not, but I know
You're-
what comes with falling in love, so I'm trying not to.
You're withholding. You
I'm
feel like you're
withholding.
withholding.
I feel like I'm withholding.
But can't you acknowledge? Okay, can you relate this at all to not drinking?
In what way, sciencey man?
Where like falling in love is getting drunk.
Okay.
Where you're like, even okay, so you can't have like one or two drinks in your,
No.
but the concept being, you know what happens when
You are aware of the
start drinking. Yeah,
consequences.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, see this man or see the love you are feeling or like the desire to jump in as being like an addiction to alcohol, and you're like, I have to.
I know the drink's there, but I don't need to pick it up right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, like telling them, like you can be like, when you were laying your shit on the table with that date you just had.
I always poop on the table.
And then
This
Hippo
is a
eats
different
it.
person.
Okay, yeah. So when you were like when they were laying their shit out, can't your shit be I fall too hard too fast?
Fuck no.
Okay,
that's so embarrassing.
You're okay with withholding that,
My
though.
ego is too strong to
I mean,
say
like,
that.
you can word it so it's much more attractive.
Yeah.
Be like, I am so willing to lend my resources to guys that I'm dating that like I need to throttle.
Chill. Well, I think that's where I'm at in my life because now that I'm openly dating multiple people, I feel like this is the first time I've been able to like really control my resources is a good way of putting it. I
Yeah.
also like used to say being ethically non-monogamous. I feel like I just have so much love to give.
Totally.
But that can be dangerous.
Well, do you feel like it's bad when you're giving love to friends?
No.
Okay.
Interesting, right? But that doesn't require as much time and energy.
Well, I can be a drain.
Tell me about it. The bottom of my sink. Well, we do have some tips on how to stop feelings from love from happening. Science.
Okay. Oh.
The mic just fell. We're going handheld for the rest of the episode. There were lots of different sites that said many different things, but below are the answers I'm seeing the most from our producer, Hannah. She said, set proper boundaries.
What else can Kelsey do?
Get out of your daydreams. So when you notice yourself fantasizing,
oh my gosh, about like
the future, which is limerence. What we often conflate love is actually what's called limerence, which is a state of infatuation or obsession with another person that involves an all-consuming passion and intrusive thoughts. It is often a result of not being present either through trauma or certain childhood development issues.
That makes sense to me.
So when you're thinking, the way I put it is limerence is the obsession with the future potential of a relationship.
Okay.
When you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to go out on Saturday. I'm going to do this, this, and this.
Oh, it's with any version of the future?
No, just love.
Okay.
So like, oh my God, I could see us moving in together. And then you obsess about that.
I'm like, oh, I have that wedding in the fall. He'd be a perfect date.
Yes, I can see us dancing already. And like a little bit of limerence is cute, but when you become unhealthily limerized,
A little bit of limerence.
little limerence. I little limerence love. I little limerence you.
I love, first of all, that I learned a new word.
Limerence.
And second, so you just have to kind of like know, it's almost like with negative thoughts.
Mhm.
You're like, oh my God, I'm gonna be homeless. I'm gonna
Mhm.
like lose my car. I'm gonna, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You are
Spiraling.
future tripping about
Yes.
non-existent things.
And it's very hard to catch limerence because it feels good in the brain.
Oh, yeah. Why would you ever stop yourself?
It makes me have a little bit of empathy for serial killers.
Okay.
Because
First of
if
all, we're keeping this in no matter what she says next.
if they have a true developmental disorder where they cannot stop obsessing about killing people,
Should get to
and
kill
it
someone.
feels really good to them to think about it. It just made me say I have a little bit more sympathy for them. Did I say empathy or sympathy? What's the difference? I don't know.
Empathy is like
Don't
you
Google
actually
it.
feel it.
Oh, okay. I don't actually.
Okay, yeah. But sympathy you can like understand. Don't Google that.
Exactly. Also, they say to pay greater attention to yourself. So, like, obviously, schedule more time with yourself.
Yes.
Stop putting people on pedestals.
Wait, I want to pause.
Yes, pause.
With that, spend more time on yourself or whatever. That is a huge one for me as someone who's like always invested. Like, I want to invest in myself the most because I will be there in the future. They may not be. And so the more I do that, the more I'm like, oh, I have to really vet who I allow to become attached to me.
You're also attracting people who also take care of themselves
Oh,
when you
yes.
take care of yourself like
Yeah.
that.
Who aren't going to change their plans because the guy was like, can you go out Wednesday? And you had plans already. And you're like, yeah. And then you cancel on your friends.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't.
Don't
Stop it.
cancel on your friends.
Stop it. And the person and I had a conversation like 2 nights ago about this where I said, I'm terrified of falling in love with you.
Wait, is this the most recent person?
This is Sir.
Okay.
I said, I'm terrified of falling in love with you. I don't want to lose myself. I feel like I just found myself again.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault.
Totally.
This is just something I needed to make them aware of. And they took it so well. They started we started scheduling date nights and not being like, okay, we're just going to text each other Tuesday night at 7 at the end of the day and be
hey, do
like,
you want to come over?
exactly.
And like, of course I want you to come over.
Exactly. And it's going to be good. It's helping.
You know what I will say about Sir?
Tell me.
Every time you've told me about a conversation that you were a little wary about,
I give a note.
Well, no. They've taken the note very well.
That's
like they've
makes
been like
me want to like him
absolutely,
more.
Yes.
See, why can't you find that?
Maybe I don't want it that bad.
Ooh, I don't think you do either. Because if you did, you would manifest it the same way you manifest literally everything in your life.
This is the thing.
Tell
And
me
I
the thing.
will, this sounds bad, but if I wanted to be a husband, it would have happened
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that if I wanted these things, I'd have them.
Don't you want to be a sugar baby though?
Not if there's like, I don't want to be
Sexually,
I don't want to be held to, I want to be indebted to anyone.
emotionally, and there otherwise.
No, I'd rather be my own sugar daddy. Be like, you should buy it.
That's both of our problems. Is we kind of want to be sugar babies, but we more so want to be our own sugar daddies.
You know what I want? And I encourage some of my followers in the past, this now sounds like I'm pandering, have just like Venmoed me money. And I've been like,
drop the Venmo, sis.
I know.
Drop the Venmo. What is it?
Zach Towers.
Oh, okay.
But no, but it's like, that is the ideal version of like, cash pig or like
people just love you so
that
much.
They're just like, get a fancy dinner. And
Jared used to do. I was called him Garrett. Jared used to do that, and people would Venmo him like $50, $100. You know when he would say it? He would say it at the beginning of each podcast or mixtape he dropped.
Oh my
He'd
God.
be like, if it means something to you, you can Venmo me what you think it's worth at Capslap.
That is so when now we're going off topic, but when I take merch on the road, I'm going to do it like donation based.
That's
I'm gonna
great.
be like, whatever you think is suitable. Because some people will do $50. Other people will do $1. Amazing. And it's like, yeah, pay what you can.
You're that funny.
I'd like to think so.
Just kidding. When's your next tour date? Where are you going?
Doing 2 gay cruises.
Okay.
Okay. January 22nd is one, and then February 4th is the other. They
What's
both leave
the
out
cruise
of
called?
Atlantis.
Okay. Good to
So,
know.
come on.
Okay, so piggybacking off of our subject of love, we
Mm.
get to do our first dating no filter
Oh
segment.
my god, did people
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
send in stuff?
Someone sent in a question for
This is
us.
a big make it or break it moment because it might inspire people to send in theirs or
Or,
scare them away.
well,
Let's see.
let's do it. Okay, so now this is time for Dating No Filter, where you write into confidently insecurepodcast at gmail.com and give us a couple lines of your probs, and we answer your dating probs. Okay, here we go. Blah, 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 blah. This person has not been in a relationship, nor had they ever had sex now until that they are 31 years old. After seeing their therapist for a long period and addressing their issues, they had decided to let go of control over love life and finally just start dating and see where things go.
Love that.
They say I've recently met a very nice guy, almost too nice that was about to call it a friendship, but I forced myself not to. He is very respectful and we both have very similar values. When the time came for us to have sex, I told him that I have not been in a relationship and he was okay with it. I thought I explained it well to him. I was very tipsy, but originally he thought I had one night stands and realized the whole situation the morning after we had sex. I think that means that they realized they hadn't had sex before.
Okay.
But again, things were fine. He did not have a condom with himself that night, and I asked him to go buy it, and he did.
Oh,
And these types of
nice.
actions make me feel safe with him.
Yeah.
The second time we had sex, he did bring condoms. Also, it is mind blowing how he only has cared about how I felt during these two times, and he kept telling me it is more important for me to be at ease and not get hurt than him being pleasured. Things are hot and heavy between us, and the second time we had sex, we finished all the condoms. He gets aroused easily, but does not orgasm every time, hence, we use the whole package. Yet we wanted to continue, and foolishly, we had penetration without a condom. He
Oh.
did not orgasm. I had Plan B at home and took it the next morning. First, as much as he is a clean person, I know that STIs do not follow the any rules, so I need to know what I should do now to make sure both of us are safe. Second, I have realized that he only wants to put the condom on before he penetrates, but I know that our genitals should not touch each other without a condom, and I have zero idea how to ask him for this without offending him. For some reason, he was very convinced that I was clean of STIs even before knowing my sex history, so I think he overlooks this issue. I am also going to see a doctor this week to be put on birth control and get her advice, but as I haven't had the most informative interactions with many doctors, I would like to get your advice. Then she adds, Kelsey has taught me things more than many therapists and doctors could do, and I can easily say I didn't face stress during these first sex because I had learned from her many things about confidence and being okay to express myself. I'm
I
so glad I was there with you during your first fuck.
Kelsey just
Aw.
hovering in the corner.
Like an angel.
Okay, wait. First off,
Oh,
congrats.
yay, you did
It is
it.
sex can still be very scary as
Yes.
with a new partner.
Especially when you put it off.
Oh my, and then it becomes this big thing.
Thing. Love that for
Now,
you.
as a
Slut?
sexually active person,
Okay, yes.
I have not okay, I don't have penetrative anal sex very much at all. A lot of
Anymore?
oral sex, yeah, anymore. Lots of oral sex.
Lots.
There's I haven't seen a condom in a long time. So what
Wow.
I'm saying is
Thank you
like,
for your
yes,
honesty.
you should disclose, I think, if you have something like herpes, whether you have a breakout or not. And that's something I think you should feel okay to ask them what their his sexual history is.
Yes.
But like aside from that, like the things that you're worried about are like a few like pills or like a shot away from
Not being a big deal. And
yes.
that's like what exactly what I was going to say is I think the herpes conversation and for people with vulvas or vagina, the HPV conversation,
Sure.
but if you get chlamydia, gonorrhea,
Don't
or
stress.
it's not that big a deal. It's can feel like a big deal. Society wants you to think it's a big deal, but you're
Sure.
fucking
Yeah,
now.
you're fucking I think
It
this is
happens.
such a better situation than bad. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
that could have gone
This
so many
went.
different
Oh
ways.
my god, it was a roller
But like
coaster.
using all the condoms,
Hell
that's so
yeah.
great. And that he's so interested in your pleasure over his
Oh my
or
god.
your comfortability over his.
Yes.
Sounds like a really great
It
person.
sounds like there was a lot of boxes ticked, but a
Mhm.
couple of red flags about being like, but he didn't care about the genitals touching.
Oh yeah, guess
And
what? No guy. I from my experience, you could have a full outbreak on your genitals. And
What?
I've had guys, I've been like, oh, I can't hang out. I have strep throat. And he's like, I'll take my chances. Yes. Dudes
Oh
are
wow. Okay.
horny dudes
There's no
not to be they're
gender,
not
but they are.
doctors.
Yeah. They aren't?
No.
I will say the idea of the conversation is a lot scarier than the thing itself. And I wouldn't let the red flag, I would call it a yellow flag, first of all. The yellow flag of like bumping and rubbing uglies without, actually, I'm going to start calling them beauties. Bumping and
Beauties?
grinding beauties without a condom on. It happens. People do it. If you're nervous about it, which understandably entering this moment
Yeah, of
in your
course, it's a
life you
war
could
zone.
be,
It is a war.
yeah.
People will lie to you.
Yes.
That's why at the end of the day, it is.
The type of person that
Yeah,
matters.
and like know that your health is your at the end of the day your responsibility.
Yeah, and your priority or not. And I've made a TikTok about this. When you start having sex, things are gonna start happening to your genitals. Period. You're gonna get yeast infections. You're gonna get UTIs. You're gonna have discharge coming out of weird places. You're gonna bleed when it's not your period.
Yeah,
That like you're gonna get STI. Like things are just prepare now that like your vaginal health or your genital health is going to be different now.
absolutely. Also, I will say it is like you said you were a little nervous that he wasn't phased at all. Have a talk about your where you were at when you were tested the last time.
Mhm.
If you're hooking up with other people, like those are all very okay topics to broach.
And I learned with my with Sir that like a good way for us to bring up other partners is to do it under the context of health. Because sometimes you're like, when's the best time to talk about other partners?
Mm,
Is like it feels a little weird if we're just like at Cheesecake Factory and I'm like, so I fucked this
this guy skull fucked
person and
me
the
just
condom
now in the
broke.
bathroom.
Yeah, but it's like so I know, health is so important to both of us. Like we both like to take care of our bodies. I deal with chronic pain. They deal with, wanting to stay healthy, whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to vocalize this. And I think that's, again, like the anticipation of the conversation and response is always so much worse than the actual conversation itself.
Try to focus on how good it's going to feel to not have to
Yes.
think about it anymore.
Yes.
And we're talking about being honest. Like,
Yes.
this is the thing, too, about being honest or not. The truth comes out. It's
The
a
truth
matter.
will out.
The truth. Bye. The
Bye.
truth comes out. You get to decide if you want it to be quick and maybe a little painful or agonizing and
Mhm.
slow and
Sounds like painful
self-inflicted.
both ways.
I know. Well, I'm just saying, like, get it over, pull the
Yeah,
band-aid.
pull the band-aid.
Just be honest.
Thank you so much for writing in.
Yeah, that
She
was
also
lovely.
says, love you both and can't wait to hear from you.
Oh my
We love
gosh. We
you.
love
That was
you.
our first Dating No Filter. I think we crushed it.
I
We should
think
have a TV show
we
called Dating No
should have a
Filter.
show.
Tweet at E asking when that show's gonna come back, you guys. Speaking of segments, now it is time for T T T T T T T T
I am obsessed with the
T.
fact that we are doing the segments after like the meat and potatoes.
Should we go back to eating meat? Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guess in my head I thought the segments would lead up to,
Oh,
but do you like is maybe actually people will stay
because
for the
it's
segments.
variety, baby.
I think you're right. Okay.
Okay, T T T T T T T T, aka what TikTok taught me.
Do you know wait, do you I have mine, but I feel like I've been talking a lot.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
It's a podcast, Zach. I don't know if you know this.
Well, okay. So this is I'm getting horny for the concept of owning property.
Yes.
And I think in LA that like a lot of people my age and younger in the Midwest have homes and stuff.
Congrats to them. Couldn't be
But
us.
this blew my mind. So if you pay your mortgage bi-weekly instead of monthly,
Mm-hmm.
you can pay off your house in 24 years versus 30 years and save almost like up to 100 grand in interest.
Why? Oh, because you're paying it off faster.
Because so if they're like your mortgage is $2,000 a month, you're like, actually, I'll pay $1,000 every 2 weeks.
So you're not paying anymore. You're just paying it fat. Wait, I don't
You're
get
paying
how.
well because then there's 52 weeks in a year. That's 26 payments of $1,000
Uh-huh.
or 12 months, which is 12 payments, which means 24,000. So you're paying $2,000 more every year.
I'm going to pretend like I understood that.
It's like okay, so
It's just the amount of payments you're doing?
there's
Oh, because it's biweekly, you're getting more money in.
yeah,
Okay.
basically. Yeah. And
TikTok taught
you're
me.
right about like knocking off the interest because I think the
Yeah.
interest accrues
Over time.
Yeah, and so you're just like
Wow.
paying it down.
I also saw that TikTok
Yeah.
like last year.
Oh well, I'm sure it exists in many
No, I'm not
forms.
saying that as a dig. I'm saying like I saw it and it went straight through my
Over your
ears and
head,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
The concept of like this is the thing that's crazy too. All of this information is out there. Like how to invest,
Oh
how to
yeah. And for
it's
free.
all like a Google search
Don't
away.
Google it except for that.
Don't Google it unless it's about saving money and planning for your financial future.
Amen.
It's all doable. They just don't
Gatekeep.
Yeah, they don't want us to
No,
really
it's the
seek it
government.
out.
They
Anyway,
want to make it as
what's
impossible
yours?
as
I
hard.
hope it was maybe a little
That
more
was
fun.
interesting. No, that was interesting, especially for people the age that listen to this.
Mhm.
My TT is I feel like I need hold on. Okay, entertain people for just 2 seconds while I get the
Oh my
prompt.
god, I absolutely love entertaining. Now that I have my own apartment, I with love I kicked my roommate out in December. I gave him 90 days notice. Everything's totally fine. But I can host, which is like the gay guys know what I'm talking about. But like it's like host versus travel and I love to entertain, baby.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
If you're watching this on youtube.com/Kelsey Darragh, you'll see, but I'm going to explain. TikTok taught me
I know what this is.
that if you own
This blew my
a
mind too.
medication bottle and you don't have children, you can take the top off of the medication bottle, flip it over, and simply screw it
And then
back
it's just a
on.
screw.
And then
Can
it's
you
just a
even
fucking screw top
can you
instead of a
even
child-proof bottle.
Do you know what's so funny?
What?
I'll never do that. I will. I almost refuse at this point because there's something about holding down
The cap that just makes it feel
holding down that little lip, like the lock.
that it is it's twist off either way.
I know, but like the lock part,
But I
isn't
guess
it?
if you had lupus or like sore joints and you couldn't do that, this way is easier.
Yes, if you have lupus or sore joints,
Yes.
you are absolutely right.
Sometimes it's cold in the morning. My hands can't take the heat.
It's also not aesthetically pleasing for the cap to be upside down like that, but it did.
Wow.
That's like it's like
You're so picky.
I can't believe those bottles have been around since before mankind.
That is factually incorrect.
Well, don't Google it
Don't
and
Google
you
it.
won't know.
But the fact that we just now learned it. Thank you, TikTok. TTTT.
TTTT. I told you if I ever have kids, they're not going to school. They're
They're going
watching
to
TikTok.
TikTok
I'm
University,
like, did
baby.
you watch your 10 science TikToks?
Mm,
What'd you
that was your
learn?
homework.
10 sciences.
Okay, I think we should save our horoscopes for next episode
Okay.
because that was some pretty good shit. I want to round out this episode talking about what my therapist taught me and about not falling in love.
A therapist is kind of like one long, slow TikTok.
They teach you
Just
something.
one.
You're watching them
Yeah.
give
can't-
you information.
You cannot swipe.
No.
I've tried it
And you
and they
can't-
didn't like it.
You could fast forward it, but you're not going to retain all the information that you need to.
Okay, yeah, tell me.
Okay, I learned that my fear of falling in love again is actually me being afraid of being vulnerable again. But last time I was afraid of being vulnerable, I allowed myself to. I got hurt
Mhm.
and I was still okay.
Yeah.
Arguably, I became better because of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm a better person now than who I was with Jared.
For sure.
So that reminds me that I don't have to fear it so deeply. She also said that it sounds like I have a crock pot of feelings, but I don't know what I'm making. So to decide what kind of food I want to cook. So she was like, "What do you want in a do you want a relationship right now? Do you want to just be dating? Do you want to be single? Like, what do you actually want?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know." She's like, "Doesn't sound like you know what meal you're making in your crock pot."
That's a fucking bigger note too in general. You need to know what you want
Vision board, baby.
in every detail.
You
need otherwise you're just like sending thoughts out to the universe and the universe is like,
wasted energy.
I don't know what this fucking I almost
Skank. If the
once.
shoe fits.
Yeah, I mean, so you're just gonna get random stuff.
Yeah. So like really hone in on what you want the next
Relationship
6 months of your life to look like.
Yes.
Make a fucking Canva what's it called?
Are we sponsored by Canva?
No, we should be. I love Canva.
I have yet
Send
to,
this out to
but I
them.
will. Okay.
So also, more love doesn't have to mean less you. So maintaining a sense of self while embracing the joys of falling in love is possible. You can stay grounded in the early stages of a relationship if you reconnect what's important to you. So again, like figuring out what you actually want, knowing this person gives a visual. So like think about your life as if it's 10 slices of cake, and each slice.
I love this.
I love cake.
Health.
Yes. Career,
Friends, family,
hobbies.
and they're equal
money,
sizes. You can't have
health.
a giant slice of dick.
Right. Well,
Well,
that sounds fun, but then you've got to know that your cake is
You're
not.
losing.
Yes, you're losing other pieces because you are losing time and energy and thought to new relationships.
dude, time. It's the most valuable resource on the planet.
That and our personal data. They're coming for us in 2023.
You know,
Hold
can
it
I
close
just say
to your
officially,
chest.
have my data.
Nope.
Take it.
Zachary,
I don't care.
your
'Cause
identity.
they take my money.
They
if they
will.
don't take my money.
Yeah,
go
they
for
are
it.
in a backhanded way. They're starting to target ad you.
I don't care. I'll
Okay.
buy it. Whatever you got for me. They know better.
Don't talk to them that
The internet
way.
knows better.
Okay.
They know what I need. Go on.
Resist the impulse to rush. So going slowly, kind of what we talked about, like gently putting the brakes on so you can still come back to yourself and your needs. Not skipping your self-care. So investing in your own health and well-being is investment in the health and well-being of your relationship. So kind of like what you said, where it's like you're going to automatically now attract people who take care of themselves because you're taking care of yourself. Trying not to change plans to suit your partner.
Yep.
Don't cancel on friends. And spending time apart. It doesn't mean you have to do everything together, even though it feels good. You have to be vigilant about not letting your own schedule slip. So make a habit to plan solo trips for yourself. So actually put it in your calendar, make events, and don't add them as like your plus one. Like actually, like bring a friend, bring you instead. I usually do bring you.
You do bring me
instead.
I always wondered if you asked the guy first or me first.
I always ask you first because
Okay, good.
I know in those situations you're more fun.
I'll be better.
Yeah, like if I wanted to suck a dick, I probably wouldn't call you first. Probably not. Most likely
like
not.
you want to suck the date stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if that was my
I'll
plan.
help you find a dick to suck.
If those were my plans for the evening.
Sure.
But no, if I want to have like a fun time at an event.
Yeah.
That you're who I'm calling.
Wow. Those are cool. Was that all of them?
That's it.
Those were fantastic.
So this was your episode on how not to fall in love, y'all. We did it.
Wait, how is it for you with me on the pod?
I fucking love it.
Okay,
this is
same.
so much more fun.
Good.
It's like, oh my God, I could do this forever. Oh my God, it's working out. If you want Yeasty Boy and Yeasty Girl merch stickers, let us know in the comments below. I think
you will be blocked immediately if you say you want Yeasty Boy merch. I promise.
I'm literally making a sticker for myself. Also, I think we're still going to try and release the tote bag if you guys want to, if we haven't already this week.
Perfect.
Don't forget to follow at Confidently Pod. We're doing giveaways out the wazoo. Out the wazoo.
There's something about a free thing.
Oh, I love it.
It makes it more expensive or something.
Ooh, it's like when the longer you wait for something, statistically it tastes better. They say scientifically it says it tasses better.
Okay, I like that.
Anything else you want to plug right now? All right, bitches. You can rate this 5 stars on iTunes. It really helps us get seen. If you're not going to rate it 5 stars,
don't rate it at all
because I'm very sensitive. Speaking of sensitive,
there's merch.
You can find it linked below. Go follow Zach at
ZACHARY Towers.
You can follow me at Kelsey Darragh on all the things. That's it for this week. Confidants. We'll see you next week.
Yes, you will.
Bye.